call my sister right now.
You finna go to jail is what you finna do.
No. Okay, I'll get my stuff.
No.
Why do I got to get my stuff when I've been here for 6 months? That's not fair.
Stop talking.
That's not how the law works. I know how the law works.
I'm gonna explain it to you. You have no proof one way or the other. I have the owner.
What kind of proof you need? Tell me what kind of proof.
What
kind of proof do you need? What kind of proof do you need?
Show me what bills you paid.
Okay. What you mean? His name is on everything. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Okay. The owner says you're not even on lease. You ain't even supposed to.
Hold on. Did y'all see how she just handled that dog? Wait a second, man.
Okay.
Look at.
What you mean? His name is on everything. That's not. Okay.
Look at that.
What you mean? His name is on everything. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Okay. The owner says you're not even on lease. You ain't even supposed to be here.
I'm not on the lease.
You're not on lease. You already told me you have a place in Pensacola Village. What's going on with that?
I can't go to Pensacola Village. I just know that. I just know that.
Listen to me.
That's not fair. Where am I going to take my kids? No, you're not listening because you're not a parent. Where am I going to take my kids? I can take you to PTV right now and show you my apartment. That's not fair.
You need to calm yourself down.
No, because how you going to tell me to calm down? You don't know what I've been through this morning.
You don't live here.
Yes, I do.
You don't.
Okay,
you have no proof.
I'm going to show you videos.
Video doesn't mean anything.
I've been here for 6 months. That's not fair. You can't tell me that I'm lying about something that I know that's not fair to me.
I'm hearing something different from somebody else.
I'm going to call my sister.
I would almost guarantee when she gets out of control with her emotions, her kids get that same treatment like she just did that dog. She can't control it. She can't control her emotions. And when she's in that state, everybody's in trouble. Everybody's at risk. Now, what it appears is that she's trying to take advantage of the rules like we see a lot of times people do, because she's telling the police officer, no, you can't do that. You have to go through XYZ steps. A lot of times when people know that they're wrong and that they're taking advantage of something, she could even be a squatter. And then now it's like one of those situations where, oh, well, you have to go through the legal route to evict me because I've been here and I've got my things here, etc. There's all type of legal loopholes to where if you move your stuff into a place, even if from preconception you weren't supposed to be there to begin with and nobody gave you authorization, now you still are legally classified as a resident, and now they have to treat you accordingly and go through the correct and proper channels in order to evict you as if you were somebody who was a resident. This can even happen in apartments. If someone breaks into an apartment and moves their stuff in there, then now all of a sudden you never signed a lease with the apartment, but they have to legally evict you. Isn't that crazy? And you would think that they would have been able to correct that within the way that the laws are written by now. It's such a simple thing to just add a little bit more context in order to protect people who own properties. Again, not saying that that's necessarily this situation, but usually when people try to use those rules of like, oh, no, you can't just kick me out just because I'm not supposed to be here. You have to evict me now. That's usually the case. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually does help out more than you know.
I literally just got the letter from the renewal officer. She literally just dropped it off. So we're going to open it up to see what is the court date. Why is it written like this? I answered to the court, but it's saying something else now, that it's a right of possession. So I'm trying to get an understanding of this, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere to see what they're saying. So I just made it to the sheriff's office. I have a writ of possession. Apparently, since I posted this, I'm guessing on Facebook, to vocalize my freedom of speech and how I was feeling. One, I did not disrespect anyone or anything of that nature. I just was basically posting my journey and what I'm going through, along with many others that's going through the situation. So maybe that's why I didn't get a court date. I'm not for sure, but basically it's stating that I have to get all my things and get out.
An authority.
Hi, this is Miss Sharon.
It is.
Hey, I believe Miss Butler isn't back. So I got the paperwork that says writ of possession, right? So I didn't get a court date.
Due to the information what you posted on me on Facebook, I prefer not to speak to you. I can transfer to her
Ooh.
office. One moment.
Ooh.
Hello. I just got this, and I wanted to see if anybody could explain it of how long I got or something. It says the sheriffs of Jenkins County.
They mail it out.
But
This lady has no
it's a writ of
idea.
possession, meaning that it's already stamped in place.
Yeah, and that was the end of February. So I
Wow.
don't know why I'm thinking February is like 2 months ago.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. I literally just got.
See, they didn't want nothing to do with her. She either remembered her or they done flagged her in the system as somebody who records phone calls and then puts it on social media. So that lady didn't even want nothing to do with her. So she decided to go in there in person. And it seems like this new unassuming lady has no idea because this chick likes to record people without their knowledge of that. And that's crazy. As well as, listen, man, she didn't even know what the writ of possession was. And it really shows you the mentality and the mindset and how people can't just handle their business to begin with. Because how silly is that? You got the writ of possession and you decide to waste more time, energy, and resources going to the sheriff office or whatever in order just for them to tell you what the writ of possession means when you could have just Googled that. Or you could have just called them on the phone. You're just wasting time. And I would guarantee she wastes time in a lot of other ways doing all these inefficient things that have no. I mean, like, let's just see, man. She got it on the paperwork. All you got to do is type in exactly how it says writ of possession. Let me see if it will explain it. So simple. Writ of possession. And, Google has Gemini now. A writ of possession is a final court order, often following an eviction judgment, that authorizes a law enforcement officer to remove tenants and their belongings, to return property possession to the landlord. It requires a 24-hour notice to vacate posted on the door before execution. And then it even goes more into the purpose: to officially evict occupants who refuse to leave after a court judgment and restore possession to the premises of the property owner. That's all she had to do. But she thought it made more sense to drive up there, probably wait for somebody to come down, just for them to explain to her something that she could have easily Googled. She's going to have a tough time in life if she can't just get normal information like that in an instant. I'm going to be real.
Hey guys, my name's Natalie. I'm 43. I want to be a mum. Currently going through a housing crisis, and I'm signed off work as a result of it. And I am going back to court on the 30th of this month, and I'm just going to say issue the possession order. I'm not going to contest anything. I'm not going to try and appeal anything because I'm sick of sitting in limbo and being stuck in limbo. So
She said, I'm 43. I want to be a mom. It's a little late, if you ask me, right? From a medical standpoint, if I'm not mistaken. But she sure is advertising, ain't she? I mean, she's definitely, and I don't think that there's no coincidence why she mentioned that at the beginning of the video. She might be trying to get saved, fellas. Be careful. And let's go back to that other lady who threw the eviction notice like a paper airplane. The funny thing about it is, See, it's all fun and games right now. And usually you can't see this phase of things. A lot of times we don't have context to that phase of things, but people have become so indignant that they don't even care. So imagine what we still aren't seeing as far as the demeanor and the attitude, but they'll have this demeanor when they still have time to correct things and do something about it. But ultimately, when things finally come down and it doesn't go in their favor, because when it doesn't go in their favor, then all of a sudden they're going to come on here crying. Then they're going to want everybody else to chip in and help. But look at the stance she's taken while she still has a chance to be able to rectify it. She's taking the stance of F this. I'm not even paying attention to this. She's basically making a declaration of war. But yet, she doesn't see any chance of the consequences of war that can happen. If you actually lose the war, then what comes behind that? Because she thinks that the tears will be able to just wipe it all away. Playing stupid games, y'all.
Issue the possession order. I'm not going to contest anything. I'm not going to try and appeal anything because I'm sick of sitting in limbo and being stuck in limbo. So I am just going to say, go ahead, grant the possession order, which means from the 30th, I will have 42 days. I still won't be moving out at that point. I'm not doing anything wrong. It's the process. Then at the end of the 42 days, they need to apply for the possession order. No, the bailiff order. Again, standard process for the eviction. It's a non-fault eviction. So I will be then made homeless,
eviction.
and the council will be able to help, or at some point help. So at the moment, we're still looking like early June because end of March, court, 42 days.
Look how she's talking. The way she's talking is like she's trying to filter out her thoughts and be very calculated with what she's disclosing. What do you mean it's a no-fault eviction? She's like, the whole time she's saying, no, I haven't done anything wrong. This is standard process. Yes, this is standard process after you've violated to begin with. Now it's standard process. Now she's saying it's standard process because she's like, well, I can't pay now anyway because they've started the process. It's standard. Yeah, they won't accept your payments now, but why did they file the eviction to begin with? That wasn't standard process. She's just saying it's no fault and all this type of stuff. Remember, she wants to be a mom. Fellas, be very careful if you decide to do that.
Takes us to part way in April. No, it doesn't. May. And then possession order, bailiff order. That's got to come into play as well, and the court date for that, and that be granted. So we're looking at sometime in June. So yeah, I don't know what the point of the date really was today, but this past week I've been trying to dopamine dress to cheer my outfit and wear things that make me happy. And I had a vision in my mind for my outfit today, and I like it. Others might not, but I have to get into the habit of wearing hats. You all know I've got hair loss due to an autoimmune condition, lupus, but at this time of year my scalp is quite sensitive. If the sun's out, even if it's like this, it's not majorly sunny, but the sun's out, my hair's thin, it will flare up. So I'm trying to embrace hats a bit more, but I have a pea head, so if anybody has got any nice hat recommendations.
Look, she went back to talking normal when she's just talking about her hair condition and all that. But before, it was like she was trying to like process every thought that she was going to disclose about her case. Listen, man, she's still trying to follow within the rule frame. It sounds like she possibly was wrong to begin with, and now she still needs the landlords. Ironically, because it seems like she wants to be able to qualify for some other type of governmental assistance programs, but she would technically have to be classified as homeless before she can even be eligible to do it. So she made it seem like, oh, I wish they would just start this process already because I feel like I'm in limbo. That was disingenuous. It's not because you feel like you're in limbo, because you disclose later in the video that the reason and the rationale behind it is because you actually need to be able to qualify as homeless technically so that you can then get help from the assistance programs. You see what I'm saying? And, listen, again, the attitude, and I'm not saying she has a bad attitude, but what I'm saying is it's an attitude that lacks urgency. Doesn't this just seem like such a chill, calm vibe for somebody who's like getting evicted and about to be classified as homeless? Does it seem like she's taking it serious? It sounds like she got Erica Badu or something playing in the background. I don't know if YouTube's going to cut that out, but if they keep it, you'll hear it. She's worried about her dress, how she's dressing, and who just has a looming eviction hanging over their head and they're just happy-go-lucky, just living their life like nothing's going on. Talking about they want to be a mom. What you mean you want to be a mom? You're in no position to be a mom for a multitude of reasons, but definitely not financially prepared for that. So if you want to be a mom, then what are you really saying underneath the surface? Really, what it seems like is you want a guy who already has everything figured out to just come and just take you on and basically correct all your mistakes that you've been out here making. And then maybe you want that baby to then be able to give you an extra degree of leverage and protection, because we see that you like to rely on assistance from outside forces. We got to start thinking a little bit deeper about some of these things we review, because they incidentally reveal a lot of things that can give insight into something far more sinister. I think we're going to leave it there for today, though. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out tremendously. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and then it'll show you the points. And then also Patreon link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.